How's it going out there today, everybody? Welcome back to Track Mods. It's my own personal ship show on YouTube, but I'm not working on a ship today. I got another little side mission. So a little while back, I made this little plastic medallion here, just as a prop for my unboxing video for the Sonic Saber. But I got a special request from a very special friend over at Buckman's Model Mania. Check it out if you like watching me build plastic starships, and that's the only thing I make over here mostly. Go check out Buckman's Model Mania. He's making everything. He's making a Robocop, he's making a Batmobile, he's making an alien xenomorph, he's making wooden ships, and just everything. Buck makes everything, and it's really great. It's fun to watch, and he's a super nice man. And he requested one of these HTM medallions, so I'm gonna make one for him. All right, so I got some thick plastic sheet here. It's a couple millimeters anyway. I'm gonna use that for my it's 3 millimeters. Wow. Wow. Okay, so I got some 3 millimeter plastic. I had my kid print me off a few copies of the HTM logo. Last time I just kind of drew it by hand from tracing it on my phone screen. This time we got a really nice crisp printout. Alright, so I'm going to cut one of these out. Alright. So, use this two-sided tape here. Duck. Whoa! Let's do this. Okay, it worked. Yeah. Got some tape on it there. Come on. Where's the end? There we go. Just stick this right in the corner. The stuff here is cool. It kind of has a texture on it. It reminds me of this brass plate here. And if I hit this with a little sandpaper, it smooths down a little bit and it ends up looking pretty cool. Okay, so I want to cut this guy out. Just gonna cut this out as a square. Okay, this material's pretty tough. It's going to take a couple slices to get through this. Okie dokie. Alright, and then just try to get a nice circle around it. I'm kind of trying to just hold the Sonic Saber in one spot. Rotate this. hoping I can peel this off. Well, I know I can peel it off, but I want to try to get it in one piece so I can put it over to the other side for cutting out the letters. Got a bunch of these used gift cards here. A little thicker. I got some sheet plastic, but it's really flimsy, really thin. And I want the detail of this to be quite a bit more pronounced. So what I'm going to do is use some of these. Let's see, put this on here. Try and find one that doesn't have any stickers or anything on it. Oh, I messed up a little bit. I need that little piece. Dang it. I'm going to use my ruler with this. See how terrible it vibrates, if it even does. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I was worried about running it up against the ruler like that. Okay, here's the difficult part. So what I want to do is cut out these little things for the scissors and whatnot. They're so small. I think the pressure that I have to put to use that tool is just going to warp it all out. Alright, so we'll get the block here. It's not working out as well as I had hoped. Alright, let's move on to the lettering. This will be easier. Gonna use this. And I'm just gonna start cutting them out. So I've got like a plastic cheap ass cutting board here, and it doesn't seem to want to easily cut into that. It'll scratch it, but it's not like you know, the cutting mat with the grid on it. It cuts into that like butter. So with this I can kind of cut right through to the bottom, and I'm not worried about going through this, because you'd have to put quite a bit of pressure. So that material seems to be pretty resistant to the vibrations of the sonic saber, which is good for something like this. So if you have one of these, I recommend one of these plastic placemats, or it's meant to be a cutting board, like a space saver. It's just a cheap ass thing. I'm sure you can find them at the Dollar Tree or the dollar store. It seems to be working very good for this. I'm getting nice clean cuts all the way through in one cut, and I'm not worried about cutting that. Okay, there's that part. Let's put that over here for now. Alright, so luckily my daughter printed me out a bunch of these. Okay, so I doubt if I'll be able to just cut this out and have a nice clean line. So what I'm trying to do is just get the pieces. These are just little rectangles. That's not going to be hard to cut. But I need these little circles, and this paper clip part is a little bit tough. So I try to just move the material. Okay, that actually turned out not bad. So that method worked. See if I can do it again. So just kind of dig that into my little cutting board there a bit. Just move this around as if it's a tiny scroll saw. Okay. Alright, this part's going to be tough. I'd like it to slide a little better. Okay, here we go. My paper's curling up. It's obscuring my view of the line, of course. Okay, that's a bit of an issue. It just totally melts the adhesive. Good little file here. So got a slight curve. Okay, got a round one. Get in there a little bit. I'll use my antler burnishing tool here to hold it down. Try to cut off this little bit here. This little paper clip part's tough. It's very delicate, so if I try to force it, it's just gonna break. Broke apart on this one when I made that. It's in a couple pieces. You can see how sloppy the paper clip is. I'd like to give Buck something a little nicer. He deserves it. Let's see if I can get one of these needle ones in there. That's not too bad. I hit the side here a little bit. Why are you trying to be so cute, bird? Trying to get attention. Okay, so I gotta get this. There's like a little melted lip on here from cutting it. So we're just gonna take that off. Okay. Okay, so I want to smooth that texture down a little. Don't want it to be quite as rough. I'd like to get it to kind of look a little bit like this plate here. So the way to do that is just give it a sand job. Alright, that's not bad. Okay, so we got this. Got our little triangle. Still got the paper on it. We got H. We got a T. Give me an H. Give me a T. Give me an M. We got, come on, you guys know what it is. Okay. Got our little scissors detail here. I'll have to clean and sand those a little bit. Still got a little adhesive on it. come off of there. Nice. Okay, well, we know it goes in there. Okay, so I need the little detail for the knife blade here. And I'm pretty sure I can just get it out of the discarded middle piece. Alright, my dog's done drinking water for now. So, back to this. Seems every time I start talking and recording, he decides it's time for a drink. Very thin, delicate pieces, yeah. Yes, very, very delicate. Delicate indeed. Alrighty, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay, so then when it gets small like this, it's really hard to get the adhesive off. Okay, and I also need 2 minuscule little rectangles to go in the scissors. I'll just use a piece of the one I cut off here. There's one. Just gonna take that down, get rid of the adhesive, try and get rid of the yellow print. Alright, I've got all my pieces cut out, laid on my circle here. Want to glue these in place, but first, don't want to lose that. So I want to put like a rim around this. I got this raised ring here. I stole a button backing from my kids' button making equipment there. I'm gonna, it's pretty much the right size. So I'm gonna try to cut this off of here and use that ring. Alright, so I'll just try to rotate the disc here. Wiggled a bit. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I can clean it up with the file. See how that fits on there. See, I'm not gonna want that much. Anyways, just gonna take that down. Just got a little piece of foam here, stacked up on there. That should give me the right thickness.
I think it's a solid build. I've watched some of the videos, I don't have it, but I'm pretty sure it's a pretty solid build. Oakry is really good about making very user-friendly kits, except for the Kilea.
Alright, here we go. Got all the pieces in place. Now I just need to give that a primer coat. Alright. there we have it. I wonder if I can do some dents and damage. Made the other one look kind of beat up, like it was old, but I think I can do a better job than that. Let's just see here. Okay, it's really late at night, so I want to take this outside. I'm going to beat it with this little hammer. Be right back. Alright, I got it beat up pretty good. Put the hammer there, gave it a little bashing, took it outside, gave it a what for. So I'm just doing a little more damage here with the with my blade. Make a couple cuts. So it looks like it's been hacked at. Should have thought to bring my little hatchet outside. I could have actually just hacked at it. A couple chops. That's not bad, I guess. That's looking pretty beat up. Alrighty. Get some chrome going on with this chrome paint. So I'm gonna try something with this. I'm gonna paint it with this shiny chrome paint, and then I'm gonna go over this with like a gold color, and then we'll see what kind of effect that gives me. I'm hoping that it'll make the gold or maybe bronze or whatever I decide to use. I'm hoping that this chrome silver here will make it pop a little more and highlight the contours and the wear and the weathering, the damage. That looks kind of cool. So this is like Dime chrome paint marker, high gloss liquid chromium. That's actually pretty nice chrome effect compared to some of the paints that I've seen that are supposed to be chrome. you look at the parts where it's not rough, you can see how chromy and shiny it is. So I'm gonna let this dry, and then when I come back, I'm gonna go over it with one of these. These are paints also. So we got a couple of different golds here and some browns. We got a few shades of this. So I'm gonna hit it up with that stuff, and we'll see what we get. Alrighty, here we go. I'm back. It's the next day. This is nice and dry. This chrome paint marker from Demai. Hey, that rhymed. That's okay. I do it all the time. Alright, so I've got a selection of these paint markers here. I've got some golds and some browns and some bronzes and stuff like that. I'm going to start with this one. I'm not doing the white part for now because I want to just do the outside edge and see what kind of results I get over this chrome silver here. You know, maybe the outside edge is the part I should have done last so that I could handle this thing and work on it, but sometimes I think in reverse. Okay, so I'm going to go over the entire thing with this gold one. That's looking pretty good even on the white. So we should get a little bit of a different hue between the white and the silver there, the chrome. And then maybe I'll do the raised parts in a slightly different shade. I have to get some more of these paint markers here. They work pretty good. You get lots of colors. There's even a white one. They got a brush end and a fine end, and they were only like 20 bucks or something like that for a whole bunch. Okay, so I'm gonna pick just a slightly different color here for the little brighter. So I'm not worried about getting a perfectly smooth, clean finish because I want this to look aged and beat up a little. That's why I beat it up a little. Okay, so I got this kind of browny one. I'm just gonna try to get into some of the recesses with it. Okay. So there's the old one. There's the new one. I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna take my antler burnishing tool here. I'm gonna tone down some of those scratches and squish them down a bit so it looks more metally. But we missed this because I did the pushing the wrong button thing again. So what I did was I went over the inside lower part with this orangey gold color, and then I went around all the borders with this darker sort of bronzy color, and then I used this gold to do the raised parts. That gold and another gold. So I used two different shades of gold on here. This one first and then this one. I was saying, you miniature painters out there, if you guys are even watching this, like Donnie or Dave, you guys are probably pulling your hair out, gritting your teeth at what I was doing anyways. So it's kind of better that I missed it. But here we go, we're this far anyways. I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna clean up the edge here so I can paint that. And then I'm gonna put a light on this thing, because I was watching the stream last night, the HTM Hobby Time Modeler stream, and Buck said he wants to have it lit. So I'm gonna try and do that for him. Okay, I'm recording now. I'm making sure the button has been pressed. See the time going? Alright. Bit of an edge here. Alright, that's better. Okay, we're back. We got some clear coat on this so I can handle it safely. I'd say that's pretty good. Guess never really tried weathering anything before, except for the first time I made one of these, and I think this one turned out quite a bit better. I got a lot of old coins, so I just kind of looked at old coins, made it look beat up like coins get, especially around the edges and stuff. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this. I'm going to put this on the back. I'm going to clean it up. Gonna cut a hole in it. Got one of these LED filaments. Okay. So I'm gonna install that into a little ring in here so that this might light. Okay, I might have to use two of these, or maybe even possibly a longer one. The only long one I have is broken, and because my bird chewed through it. But I did manage to get in there and make contact with the, of course, the wrong end, as usual. That's not what she said. Okay, so it was working and now it's not working. Okay, well, we're not using that one because it doesn't work. I don't think I have any other long ones left. Okay, so I do have one of these other longer ones. It's very long. And these ones are weird. It's got both contacts on the one end here, which presents a bit of a problem because it makes it hard to solder together. And it's also not quite as bright. So these are the ones I used in my Excelsior because I had these, but my bird chewed it in half, so I couldn't use that. So I got some other ones, but they ended up being a little different. The first thing I gotta do is clean this up. I gotta get rid of this, and I'm gonna cut a circle out of here. So let's do that right now with some magic. Alright, see? Thanks to the magic of editing, you didn't have to listen to my grinder grinding that. But that guy upstairs did. Okay, so if I put this here, we flip it. If I have that there, and I have this here, like this, then I want to get this light coiled in. See, I don't need that much. Alright, I'm going to see if I can get this one repaired. I'll try to get a contact in there again. Oh, I did it. I found it. Where's the heat shrink stuff? That one went on. I did it. I did it. All right, there we go. HTM logo with a backlight for Buck over at Buckman's Model Mania. I'm going to send this out to him. Hopefully he gets it pretty soon. That'll be it for this side mission. I want to thank everybody who joined along with it. And if you subscribed, thanks for that. Thanks for watching Trek Mods. I promise we'll have ships again next time. We'll be back on the Miranda Hornet refit. Until then, keep on trekking. And remember, live long and prosper.